Delighted to say welcome back here to McLean's TV and joined by a new face on the block, but a man who is a master of so many trades, former head of the Press Association, Derek Henderson, and now a media consultant, and also a man who recognises himself as a bit of an expert in golf, and that's why you're here. And we're here to talk about, well, we'll have to start one way, Rory McIlroy. What a player. Like, unbelievable there.
Well, he's just a phenomenon, and he's just come good. He's fallen in love with golf again. As you know, he broke up with his girlfriend a few months ago, and he seemed to be all over the place. He's got issues with his former management company, and hopefully they'll be resolved on the steps of the High Court in Dublin next January. Hopefully it won't go the full distance. I think it will be settled, and that'll be Rory back to normal again, if you can call it normal. I mean, his life has just now moved into a completely new stratosphere. He is the man in golf. He is the one they all want to see. And his next big target in the aftermath of the Ryder Cup will no doubt be the Masters at Augusta next April. McIlroy has his sights firmly set on that. He has something to prove. This is the course where he collapsed in England 2 years ago, and it nearly destroyed him, and it would have destroyed many other golfers, any other golfer. But McIlroy has come back unbelievably well, and he wants to go to Augusta next April to prove a point that this will be the fourth in the career Grand Slam. He'll have won all the titles, and I have no doubt he may not win it in April, but rest assured he'll win it some year.
Derek, you know, sometimes you're involved in journalism, you look at it and you try to get the words, but do the people over here realise just how good he is? Like, you know, he's the number one. His last victory, he took on the likes of Phil Mickelson head to head and beat him in the shootout after coming from behind. What a performance.
Well, this is a great golfing country, and although it's probably the last of the amateur outposts, people who play golf in Northern Ireland and the Republic know their stuff inside out, and they just know how good McIlroy is. And not just here. I mean, I've been in Portrush. I've watched the Americans coming in busloads to play the course where McIlroy shot the record-breaking 61 when he was only aged 16 years of age. His card is in the foyer and the display cabinet of Royal Portrush, and before those Americans leave, every one of them will use their smartphone to take a photograph of that card, so they can take that home, and when everything else they have, like the shirts, the jumpers, you name it, and you know, so they know just how good he is. They go to his club in Hollywood. They play Hollywood because McIlroy, that was his home course. They have to play the course. No American trip to Ireland now is complete without playing golf at Hollywood.
Are we doing enough? You know, when you look at the bigger scheme of things, we criticise very easily our politicians, etc. over here, but are we doing enough? You know, because this really is, you know, I know it's a cliche, but like, it is the home of golf. You know, when you take the likes of McDowell in there, Clark in there, and then if you take the lower level of lads, even, you know, well, not even the lower levels, you know, the Shane Lowrys, the Harringtons, you know, the Hoeys, the Maybins, you know, we've got some talent.
It's for the size of this place, it's just unbelievable, and you know, the great thing about it, McIlroy is really only starting. You know, we have another 10 years of Rory McIlroy, and that's what excites everybody. We have more time with Graham McDowell. Probably Clark is coming to the end of his career. Harrington has probably peaked. Hoey, I think, still to do the business. There's more wins in Hoey. Young Gareth Maybin from Ballyclare, great player, hasn't fulfilled his potential. But everything goes back to McIlroy, and this is what excites people so much. That here's a young lad. He's only 25. He's got at least another 10 years to go. He's going to win major after major after major. Will he overtake Jack Nicklaus? Who knows? He's got 4 under his belt, and he's already targeting a 5th. So he's got 10 years ahead. You know, can he do 2 majors a year? Can he even do 1 major a year? I think he can. So that's why it's so exciting. And you know, it lifts everybody. This place doesn't have an awful lot going for it, but McIlroy can bring so much joy and so much pleasure, not just to golfers, but to people generally. It lifts them, it lifts the place, and I just think it's just unbelievable. He's a one-man billboard for this place. You know, he's probably, next to Bono, he's probably the most recognised face in the world. I mean, Bono would probably be identified in New York and Manhattan But Rory McIlroy, he goes down a side street in Tokyo and they'll know who he is, because golf is just massive in Asia. And that's where McIlroy too will spend a lot of his time, because that's where the big money is, and that's where he's going to.
I thoroughly agree. I think a lot of people listening, no matter if they were golf fans or not, stayed up late to watch him, and I thoroughly agree with that.